morning, students. Today, I am going to explain you the topic which I have given the task to note down the solutions of exercise 3.1, question number 7 to 11. So, here in question number 7, they have asked you, using properties of squares, find the values of the following. So, here say 15 square minus 14 square. So, one formula we know, a square minus b square, we can apply that. So, a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. So, after solving this a plus b into a minus b, if they are two consecutive numbers, say 14 and 15, 16 and 15, 18 and 17, like this it is there, then what will be the formula? See, a square minus b square. So a square n plus 1. So n plus 1 whole square is n square plus twice n plus n square plus 1 square minus n square. So n square is cancelled, and here it remains twice n plus 1 minus twice n plus 1. N square plus twice n plus 1 minus n square. So n square will be cancelled. It remains twice n plus 1. So the ultimate formula will be n plus 1 whole square minus n square is twice n plus 1. By applying this property, we will solve these sums. So just we can directly use this formula. Now have a look how I have done. 15 square minus 14 square. So you take the value of n, the smaller one, 14 always. So n is equal to 14. So if n is 14, then n plus 1 will be what? 15. So very simple. So I can write this 15 square as 14 plus 1 whole square minus 14 square. So what is the formula for this? As we have seen earlier, you can see here, n plus 1 whole square minus n square is equal to twice n plus 1. So twice n, 2 into n. What is n? 40. So 2 into n, 2 into 40 plus 1. So 2 into 14 is 28 plus 1. So what will be the answer? 29. So is it clear to you? So let us see another example. 22 square minus 21 square, which is the smaller one, 21. So you take n is equal to 21. So how we will write this one? As 2n square, 2n plus 1. So this 22 square minus 21 square is n plus 1 square minus n square. N is 21 plus 1 whole square minus 21 square is equal to, what is the formula? Twice n plus 1. So 2 into 21 plus 1, that is 43. So this is how you will solve the answer. Now let us go for next one. Here also another problem I have done for you. 101 square minus 1000, 1001. So the same process. Come to the part, question number 8. What is the property you have to use? By using the property number 11, you have to do that. What is that question? How many numbers lie between the squares of the following numbers? So how many numbers lies between the squares of the following numbers? Say 10 and 11. So 10 square is 100 and 11 square is 121. So how many numbers are there between the square of the 10 and 11? So let us see which property we have to use. You can see on your book, property number 11, page number 42. Observe the following. They have given here, they have given the explanation also. So here I have written for you. There are, what is the property? There are 2n, that is twice n non-perfect square numbers between the squares of the numbers n and n plus 1. That means, let us have a look on the example. Just you follow this one. 10 square is equal to 100 and 11 square is equal to 121. Now here between 10 square and 11 square the numbers are what? 10 square is 100, so and 11 square is 121. So the numbers between 100 and 121 are these numbers, is not it? So how many numbers? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, the 20 numbers. Then what is the formula? What is the property we have learned? There are twice n numbers. Okay. So if n is equal to 10, that means you will take the smaller value as n. N is 10. So how many numbers will be there? Twice n. So 2 into n. That is 2 into n. 2 into 10 is equal to 20 numbers. So there are 20 non-square numbers. So answer what you will write? This portion if you don't write in the exam, then also it will be okay. Just you have to write this one, and then that is there are 2 into n is equal to 20 non-square numbers. So let us have a look of to another example. 15 and 16. 15 square is equal to 225. 16 square is equal to 256. So therefore there are how many numbers? 2 into 15. So 2 into n is 15. So 30. There are 30 non-square numbers. You can try out at your home what are the numbers you write and see. Say 225, no? So after that 226, 27, 28, like that up to 55. 255. 226 to 255. How many numbers are there? You count it. They are non-square numbers. So another question I have done for you. 100 and 101. You find out the squares, and there are how many numbers? 2 into n. N is what? 100. So 2 into 100. It is 200 non-square numbers. Now let us go to the next question. Question number 9. Using the properties of squares, find the following products. So if there are consecutive two even numbers or two odd numbers, how you have to find out the product of them? The formula is, you can see the property given on your book page number 10. The property is, for any natural number, I will show you here. For any natural number n greater than 1, n plus 1 into n minus 1 is equal to n square minus 1. So we can find the product of two consecutive even or odd natural numbers by this formula. But you have to remember the formula how to do. So you need to do lots of practice at home. So do practice, otherwise you can't remember all of you. Let us see one example. 32 into 34. So what is the middle number? 33. So you take middle number as n. N is equal to 33. So 32 will be 33 minus 1, and 34 will be 33 plus 1. Is not it? So as we know, a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. So a square is how much? 33 square, and minus 1 plus 1, 1 square is always 1. So what it will be the formula? Let us have a look at the formula again. N square minus 1. So remember here, n will be the middle number of these two numbers. That means if it is an even number, two products of even number, then the middle number will be the odd number. Remember that. And if two numbers will be odd number, the middle number will be even number. So 33 square minus 1, it is 1089 minus 1, that is 1088. So one more example I have done for you. You can see 1000 into 1002. So what will be the middle number? 1001. So 1000 we can write 1001 minus 1, that means n minus 1 into n plus 1 is equal to n square minus 1, that is, this is the formula. Now come to the next question. Question number 10. In the following, identify the Pythagorean triplet. As I have already explained you earlier in that means the previous video. So we will be doing again this one. Use the property 7. It is there on your book. So if the three numbers are given, how we will check whether it is a Pythagorean triplet or not? So by applying this formula. If the three numbers are x, y, z, then x square plus y square is equal to z square. Remember, the z square will be the biggest one. Okay, z will be the biggest one, biggest number. Okay, so 12, 35 and 37. So biggest number is 37. So 37 will be act as z. So you just find out the square of these three numbers and then you place the values here. Let us check whether 12 square plus 35 square is equal to 37 square or not. So 12 square plus 35 square, if it is an equation, this is the left hand side expression and this is the right hand side expression. So let us take the left hand side expression here. 12 square is 144 plus 35 square is 1225. So if you add these two numbers, you will get 1369. And in the right hand side you can see 37 square. What is the 37 square value? 1369. So you can see the value of left hand side also 1369 and right hand side is also 1369. Then that means left hand side is equal to right hand side. So since left hand side is equal to right hand side, therefore these three numbers are called as Pythagorean triplet. So like that you will solve all the questions of 10 remaining part and then come to the question 11. 11 also I have already done one of the question in the question number A. Here I have done, I think, in the I think I have shown you in some of the question which is the, that means if you know the one number of Pythagorean triplet, one number they have given to you, how you will find out the other number? How you will find out the other number? So what you will do here, just what is the number given, you just divide it by 2. Okay, and what will be the value, that you take it as a n. So n is equal to 5 because 10 by 2 is 5. So you take the value n as a 5. Now what is the property we have to use? Just have a look on the property I have already given. It is given on your book also, page number 42, property 7. Property 7, you see, for any natural number n greater than 1, the Pythagorean triplet is given by 2n, n square minus 1, n square plus 1. If n is the number which is greater than 1, then Pythagorean triplet will be 3. What are they? Twice n square minus 1 and n square plus 1. So at that time, what the value you have to take as n, you have to take the value n as what the number it is given. The first the number you just divide it by 2. Okay, that you have to remember. So if you divide it by 2, 10 divided by 2 is 5, so you take 5 as a n. Now n is equal to 5, then what will be this number twice n? Twice n will be 10. Twice n will be 10. And what will be the value of n square minus 1? N square minus 1 will be 5 square minus 1 is equal to 25 minus 1 is equal to 24. And n square plus 1 is equal to 5 square plus 1, that is 25 plus 1 is equal to 26. So the other two numbers of Pythagorean triplet are what? One number is already given 10, other two numbers will be 24 and 26. 24 and 26, as you can see here I have written. So another example I have done for you. If it is 26, 26 divided by 2 is 13, so you take n as 13, so twice n is 26, so n square minus 1 is 13 square minus 1 is equal to 168, and another number is 170. So therefore the other two numbers of the Pythagorean triplet are 168 and 170. So that's all for today.